Now, this is only a video that I'm making. I know that a lot of people have said, how do you get the plastic back up white on your plastics on a motorhome or a caravan? But this is the method that I use. I did try to explain it, but when you're trying to explain it, sometimes I find it difficult. That's why I prefer to make a video. But what I've done is I've only taped off this area. And the reason I've only taped off this area, I'm going to show you, it's the only bit of plastic I could find. And you can see that this sewing machine has actually been in storage for a while, and I haven't even cleaned it for a purpose. The purpose being, you can see all the dust there, like. So it's not that I've prepared this beforehand. All I have done is just cleaned this section along here. Let me just pull this back. From there to there. So now what I'm going to do is I'll show you the method that I use to clean the plastic on my motorhome. What I have, as you can see, it's creme peroxide and it's 12% 40 volume. This here is it's only a 10-watt UV lamp. The only mistake I made is I should have actually bought a bigger one when I was trying to do this method, but I didn't know what results I'd get. Then I have my cling film and a paintbrush. Now, the one thing I've emptied a tiny drop of the peroxide into an old cup or the bottom of a bottle. The only thing that I will advise anyone doing this, if you're doing this in your caravan, camper van, whatever, make sure to have protective gloves, the mask, because you don't want to inhale the fumes. Although the fumes of this aren't bad, my main concern would be for somebody maybe who suffers from asthma, COPD, or any other lung breathing related problems. And also, if you're working with this, wear eye protection, just to be on the safe side. I imagine if this spattered into your eye, it'd be quite painful. So literally, all you have to do with this is load up your paintbrush with the peroxide, and we just apply a coat. As you can see, I'm only trying to do a small area to show you. Now, now I'm only doing this small little square because then we'll be able to compare at a later stage. Now, what we do now is I'm going to apply a small layer of cling film over here. I'm then going to plug in the UV light, and we leave that sit for 24 hours to 48 hours for this to work its magic. So I'm going to end the video there because, as everyone knows, I'll be trying to work on my own. I'm just going to apply the cling film and turn on the light. What I might do is I'll just show you, I'll stop the video there and I'll just add a quick image of cling film with the light aimed at this. So I'll be back to you in a minute. So now, as you can see, I've pulled off only a small section of the cling film. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put that on top of our peroxide. Just pat that down. All that we're doing here is we just don't want that peroxide to dry out. And, the cling film prevents that. And as you can see now, I have my UV light plugged in. So I'm trying to, let's say we are going to tilt our machine. Remember now that this is only for demonstration purposes. Now, this could take between 24 to 48 hours. And hopefully, if we're successful, it's just a matter that we'll remove the cling film and we can just wipe off the peroxide. So when I get back to making part 2 of this video, which will be added on, we'll see what progress we've made. Okay, thank you. Right. This is following on from the first part of the video. To try and speed things up, as you can see, what I've done is I moved the UV light closer to my sewing machine, and I'm going to show you now. This has only been sitting for about 8 hours, about 7 hours. So let's have a look and we'll see the results after 7 hours of the UV light and the peroxide. So we're just going to flick off that UV light and we will move our sewing machine over. Okay, now, as you can see earlier on, that can go in the bin. That is 7 hours under a UV light with the peroxide. That's only, give that a rub. So I said I'd share this with you. Right, bye.